Hey everyone, today I'm making a video about this 2009 16-foot camper trailer, which I bought for $500 Canadian, which about roughly 400 US. The reason I paid so little for it, you'll see in a second, is because there was a lot of water damage. And what had happened, like you can see here, the appliance looked fine and everything, but what had happened is there was snow in the region and they didn't shovel the top off during the winter. So the top caved in and when spring came around, well, everything melted and went inside. So here's a small video when I bought it. So as you can see, the only thing holding it up inside for the floor was the cushion floor. There was no more plywood subfloor or nothing. It was all rotted out. So this was a picture of the ceiling, which was also in terrible shape. The whole thing had caved down. All the, what do you call that there, wallpaper or whatever was ripped and it was in really bad shape. So that's why I got it for so little price. Something else you won't be able to see during these pictures is the horrendous smell that was in there. It was so terrible, it was unbearable. I had to put so much, well, you'll see in a minute, but I put vinegar, I tried Irish Spring bars, I tried a bunch of things to try to get it out. So here's me cutting off the cushion floor, and that's what was left of the subfloor once I was under there. So it wasn't really, for one way that was nice for it was I was able to just scrape off the subfloor. I didn't have to cut anything because that's how rotted out it was. So here's after the subfloor is removed. So I don't know if you can see those cross members on every 24 inches center. In between those is what was kind of a styrofoam. Anyway, I left that there. But what we ended up doing was, here's another picture of that all scraped off. And I have a picture here. That's when I put bin. So bin is this product that you put anywhere where there would be mold, mildew, humidity, and something would have got wet and moldy and could have like a smell to it. So it's a product that you can roll on or brush on. And basically it prevents mold from coming back, and it also prevents smells from coming through. So I went ahead and rolled that on everywhere which I had removed, like the cushion floor and the wallpaper. So I bought a can of that, which was $20, and then I also fixed one of the cross members that had broke. I don't know how that broke. Maybe it's just from wear. I don't know, because there wasn't any real weight that would have caused that to happen there. On the ceiling, yes, but not on the floor. So this was the front after I repaired everything there. So as you can see, the whole ceiling and front was all collapsed in. So I had to rebuild that section that twirled, which getting the angle used a lot of cardboard, but I ended up getting it. And I made sure to line them up with the little 1x1 aluminum bars that were coming down. Try to give it a little bit more strength. That's why they're not spaced out evenly. So that worked out good. And then for the subfloor, that was kind of something a little bit harder, because what I ended up doing was I didn't go in the cabinets or take any of the cabinetry out, because that's kind of built into the frame in these trailers. So what I ended up doing was going around, because inside, I don't know why, but since it's built in, the water didn't get in there as much. So I was able to keep the existing subfloor in the cabinetry and just binning it. And then here is where the old subfloor was still good. So what I did is I added 3/4, but the old one was only 3/8. So I did like I don't know if you would call that a rabbet or whatever, joinery for the plywood, so that I could add another 3/8 plywood where the old one was, and then the floor would become even, and it would also give me a stronger joint. And the tube that you see there is PL construction glue, and it's PL premium, so that's made to basically stick to anything, so it bonds the steel to the wood. Here's after the plywood was done being installed. In the cubbies under the seats, I put 3/8 instead of 3/4, just to save a bit of money, and you're not going to be walking there, so it's fine. Here's a picture after the flooring was done. I got lucky. I got this vinyl flooring for free. So I got 2 boxes of that, which was plenty to make the floor. Here's another picture of the flooring done in the bathroom, which was a pain to do because I'm lazy. I didn't take the toilet off or the bath or anything like that. So, yeah, it worked. Here's a few before and after pictures. So, like, really, if you look at the before picture, if you didn't know there was water damage, I mean, it doesn't look that bad, but it was, as you saw with the other pictures. So here's the ceiling after I was done. So in the original plan, there was actually another bunk in the front, and I had to remove that because there's just no way I could go and get everything done like I wanted to and remove all the mold and whatever. So I went ahead and removed it, and as you'll see in a further picture, I actually repurposed that bunk to make a door for this pantry. So there used to be another bunk in the back, and that's the same deal. If you look on the top of the before picture, the ceiling was kind of caving in back there too. So I had to remove and replace all of that. So what I ended up doing was cutting the bunk and making a pantry up there because there wasn't a lot of storage in this trailer. So here I have an example of what something similar to what I have would go for. So here I have a 2008 of about the same length. This one does have a pop out in the front. And you can see they were asking 10,000 and now they're asking 750. Here's another one, 2008, again with, tent pop-ups. Mine don't have that. But they're asking 5.5 for theirs, and this is Canadian. So, to recap or finalize or whatever, I paid 500 Canadian for it, which is about 400 US. Material cost was about 400 Canadian, so 300 US, for a total of about 900 Canadian and 700 US. So all in all, I'm in it for about that. Now, the value, as you saw with the examples I gave, obviously, a bunch of things differ, and some people wouldn't be keen of buying one that, had water damage, even though it's fixed. So I value that at about 4,000 to 8,000 Canadian, so, the prices are underneath for the US. I mean, I'm going to be trying to sell it in the spring, so whenever I do sell it, I will put an update on here to let you guys know how much I actually sold for. So the potential profit on this is about $3,000 to $7,000 Canadian. So yeah, I'd say it was worth it. I mean, there was a lot of hard work doing it, but when you're doing a project like that, the important part is you're doing it to have fun. You're not doing it to make money, and you're doing it to pass the time. So if you're doing it to try to make money, it's probably not worth it because you have to put so much time and effort into it. But what I ended up doing is I used it for a whole summer for another thing that I don't want to reveal right now until the other video comes out. But in my case, it was definitely worth it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments. And yeah, thanks a lot. Subscribe if you liked it, if you liked it, and I'll see you guys next video. See ya.